your position there. We'll give us, are we good to go then?
Mics will go live in 3, 2, 1.
I don't believe it.
Thank you, Mr. Moore, for starting us off there. Okay. The Municipal Planning Commission for April the 9th, 2026 will now come to order. Mr. Sherman, will you call the roll, please?
Todd Hawkins.
Here.
Ann Ellsworth.
Here.
Gregory Yashnik.
Here.
Matthew Starr.
Here.
Tanner Salyers.
Here.
Okay, in the agenda packet were the meeting minutes from March 12th. Were there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. They are approved. Okay, today we have a couple of matters to discuss, but before we get into that, I just want to go over. I always do this for every meeting, and so as a reminder to everyone here today, the purpose of the Municipal Planning Commission is to balance the public good with private property rights and interests. Also, the Commission carries out all other powers and duties conferred upon it by the City of Mount Vernon's zoning ordinance and other city ordinances and the laws of the state of Ohio. This is a public meeting and there are rules of decorum we follow. We are committed to the democratic process, individual rights of expression, robust debate, and tolerance for different viewpoints. The following general rules of civility are expected, including addressing others in a respectful manner, no insulting, personal attacks, intimidating, or offensive communications, no harassment, no willful destruction or damage of property, and no disruptive behavior. Please also, if you have cell phones, silence them now so they don't disrupt disrupt the meeting in progress. Also, refrain from any private conversations during the meeting. If you need to come and go throughout the meeting, you can do so. Just please do so in the least disruptive manner possible. If you're offering public comment today, you must first be sworn in. There is a statement that is at the lectern over there. And keep your comments to 4 minutes or less unless you are actually presenting on the case. Then we'll have probably questions for you as well. Again, the purpose of this commission is to oversee that the law is followed and planning occurs within which the spirit of those laws and regulations have been adopted by the City of Mount Vernon and the state of Ohio. So with that, we have a couple of cases that we are going to be going over today. And so, Mr. Sherman, would you please start with the first case?
Absolutely. 2026 MPC 10 summary. Applicant on behalf of the owner requests a zoning amendment to reclassify 2 parcels, 66-07885.000 and 66-05577.000 from R1 Single Family Residential District to GB General Business District located at 804 Coshocton Avenue. The parcels to the immediate east and north are zoned GB. The parcels to the west and south are zoned R1.
Okay, and who will be speaking on this particular matter for us? Yeah, sir, if you want to come on up, we'll have you read that statement, and then the floor will be yours. Bless you.
My name is Paul Engel. My address is 3213 Southwest Bypass, Springfield, Missouri. I affirm that my testimony is truthful and to the best of my knowledge and ability, so help me God, or under penalty of perjury. And here's my information.
Mr. Engel, the floor is yours.
Yep. We are the civil engineers for O'Reilly Auto Parts, so thank you all for taking time out of your schedule to be here today. I know this is a lot of work to volunteer, so thank you, everybody. We are proposing to rezone the 2 lots to the west of our current store and build a new store. I don't know if you've seen the one we have there. Hopefully you've all come there regularly and you're there weekly. It's in a bit disarray. The site is pretty rough and it needs some refreshing. So the new store, and I don't know if you received any copies of the plans or the site plan that was submitted. I have some copy. Well, there you go. So that substantially cleans up the access, provides safer access for our customers, also fixes the ADA area, and gives us a new fresh look in that community, which there's a lot of activity going on out there, so it'll be nice to kind of lighten that up. We understand there's residential to the west of us, and we're very accommodating with that. We have some landscape plans that try to put some buffers in there, so I can share those with you today, or that'll be part of the review process, whatever you like. But
sure. Could you just, that was one of the questions that
Yeah.
I was gonna ask. You just explain a little bit about the buffering and
Yeah.
how you're gonna handle that stuff. That would be
Yeah.
great.
And I don't know if we submitted landscape plans electronically.
I don't think it was for this.
If it's all
No,
right.
I mean, I know we're getting ahead of the.
Yeah. And this, obviously, we're talking about rezoning,
Yeah.
but the buffering obviously accommodates it. So our store will sit about 30 feet off that property line, and then we have shrubberies, trees going in there. We pushed a little bit more into that area. Also, we won't have any like lights on that side. We won't have any windows that shine anything that direction. It's just gonna be the nice material face of the building. It's a very quiet business. You know, they operate typically 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and there's no service. It's all just come in, buy your parts and go on your way. So I think it's been a great fit for the community. I went by the store and asked the team members, you know, they've been letting customers know, hey, you know, we're trying to get a new store, and customers are super excited. One, they like the cleanup area, they like the 2 accesses for getting in safer. They also like the fact that the property to the west was kind of struggling a little bit, the current one that we're buying. And so this will clean up some of that stuff. They're really happy that the squatters are gone, so.
Okay, all right.
Essentially, it's retail store, 7,400 square foot, great fit for a community, and I'm here to answer any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Engel?
So I will go ahead and get out in front of this. You said that there will be no service, there's no plans to grow the facility for a service station, right?
Yeah, no, O'Reilly does not do service.
Okay.
We're the professional.
We're just bracing ourselves.
Yeah.
We're the professional parts people.
Yeah.
And the beauty about, you know, and I totally understand. The beauty about O'Reilly Auto Parts is start off as a family business, and essentially they still operate that way. They are self-owned. They own all their properties. And if you have an issue with the site, you can contact them, and you're talking to the owner of the land. I mean, this is a corporation that is founded in family values. And I can say that because I've done about 4,000 projects with them over the last 27 years. And I work with a lot of other clients, and this is a client that I consistently am impressed with how they do their business. They want to be a long-term tenant, as you can tell from the store that's been there for a hot minute, and they want to continue staying there, so.
That's great.
Yeah.
We repeatedly tell the public that we don't vote on bringing oil change or lube shops here.
Yeah.
And then, as luck would have it, here we come to vote on an oil change or lube shop. So just wanted to clarify, you know, that that's not exactly what we're doing here. And even if it was, you know, you have a company that wants to invest in expanding that. So, it is what it is. Second question I would ask would be, with the expansion of the business, would we be reasonable to expect that there would be more jobs that would come? Now, I know that you're not speaking directly for O'Reilly, are you, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think the answer is yes, and the reason
Okay.
why is we're gonna get a bigger store. There's a lot of costs going with new cars these days. It still continues, right? So people are maintaining. We need to be able to stock, which is in the store itself. I don't know if you've been in one. The front area is for customers, and the rear area inside is for storage of parts. We just have a huge demand on the mechanic side, which most people don't realize. About 60% of the business is service to mechanics. And so that helps keep competitive costs down when your car breaks down. So with that, we need more help. And they run about 5 to 8 full-time employees. This one are probably closer to the 8 because of the business in that area. We also have a mechanics just east of us. And so we continue to serve them too.
Sure.
So I think the answer would be yes.
So right now this shop would have about an 8 full-time.
That's their standard model. Now, it can increase
You're right.
based upon the demand in the area for sure. you know.
So once it grows, we're looking at an increase from 8.
Yeah. And I don't know the exact number of full-time employees there right now, but what I've seen in areas where we put these stores in, the full-time count goes up.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we add more part-time too as well.
What's the size of the current store?
It's probably around 5,000 square footish or so,
And they're going to how much?
7,400.
Okay.
And the 5,000 is based upon my estimate looking at it, but yeah. And it's really kind of rough with the way it falls back down there and the pavement's collapsing and all kinds of not good stuff.
If I can, I think I know the answer to this, but can we bring up the site plan again for your parking? Because you are gonna be butting up against R1, and I know you're on plan, your screening and things, but your parking, explain to us where your parking is gonna be for your store. It's gonna be on side, I believe.
Yes,
If
so.
you can, yeah, if you can point to the
Yeah.
one behind you or the one.
So I'll step back here.
Okay.
Obviously, north is that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And so the east side is just for parking. There's only a few parking spots. I'll be honest with you, most customers love to park in this area. So, and all our employee parking and over here, and this is where the parts come in is over on the dealer. They call it the dealer door, but we don't do dealer sales.
Yeah.
It's quite literally where our delivery occurs. And all that activity for the delivery truck, and if you notice, we have the trash pad away. That's all away from the residential, which is up
Okay.
that direction.
That's
So
what
we
I thought.
positioned,
Yeah.
back to the mic, we've positioned the site to be mindful of our neighbors, which our neighbors are customers, so we always want to be aware of that. Did I think, did I answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Awesome.
Any other questions for Mr. Engel at this point in time? Well, let's see if anybody else wants to talk about this, or we might call you back up if
I'm here.
we need to, so thank you very much.
Awesome, thank you.
Does anybody else wish to speak on this matter?
Mr. Chairman, I'll
Yes.
just add the county auditor's site lists the current store at 6,000 square feet.
6,000, so we'll put that in there, 6,000 square feet.
I play an architect.
74, okay, close enough. Okay, thank you. Okay. If if nobody else is speaking on this matter, then we'll close the public comment portion of this hearing. Move on to the, got my other checklist here. Hiding. Okay. Mrs. Blankhorn, did we receive any communications received through either phone calls or in writing with regard to this particular case?
I did not.
Okay. Mr. Ball, do you have any engineering concerns on the rezoning at this particular point in
No,
time?
I do not have any concerns on the rezoning. Obviously, as we get into the nuts, if we get into the nuts and bolts, we'll get more involved in
Sure.
access management. The site has all the utilities available.
And stormwater will be a very important part of that
Yeah.
as well, so, yeah, good. Okay. So, at this point, Shade Tree is not involved. Mr. Bourne, do you see any legal concerns with this?
No.
All right. And this is a recommendation to council, that is correct? So what we rule on here will be going to city council. Okay. Then, at this particular point in time, the chair will entertain a motion when the energy is right.
Make a motion to recommend this to city council.
Been moved and seconded to recommend this, the approval of this plan to, the rezoning to city council. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Todd Hawkins.
Yes.
Ann Ellsworth.
Yes.
Gregory Yashnik.
Yes.
Matthew Starr.
Yes.
Tanner Salyers.
Yes.
Okay. Recommendation is approved. We'll get that to city council. I don't know, Zach, will that go in Monday's agenda, or you think we'll be able to get it for Monday's agenda or not? It's gonna be close. If it's not this Monday, cause we gotta turn it around, we gotta get it out tomorrow, so. But we've gotta do meeting minutes for this, so. If it's not this one, it'll be the next city council.
I'll check in with you. Thank you for
All
your
right.
help. Your staff's been wonderful
Okay.
to work with too. Thank you.
Great, thank
Just
you.
have a good day.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we've got our next case. Our next item is MPC 11. Mr. Sherman.
Applicant, on behalf of the adjoining owners, submits a petition to vacate an undeveloped platted alley between two parcels, 66-04770.000 and 66-04771.000, both under the same ownership. There is an existing easement that contains a sanitary sewer main line running north to south across the subject alley, which will remain.
Okay. Who's going to be speaking on this matter? Jeremy, if you want to go ahead and read that statement there, then the floor will be yours.
Absolutely. My name is Jeremy Abrams. My business address is 112 North Main Street, Mount Vernon, Ohio, and I affirm that my testimony is truthful and to the best of my knowledge and ability, so help me God, or under the penalty of perjury.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all. So I am here on behalf of Julius Joe Schwartz and Sherry Ann Schwartz. They own the two aforementioned parcels. They've built a house on the property. They actually own the parcels to the north and to the south that we are discussing as well. The parcels that we are referring to here have an unmaintained alley that is just grass. There is an easement on there, and their sole intention is to build a fence for their dogs. They just want to be able to have a nice, big, fenced area to allow their dogs to run around and play. Right now, they could not do so because they would otherwise cross that alley. They have no intention of getting into that easement area because they wouldn't want their fence to have to come down if the city ever needed to get in there to access that pipe. And we also submitted with the petition the approval of Richard Hansen, who is the sole property owner who has an adjacent or contiguous property on the west, as well as a representative of Willow Branch Properties, who is adjacent on the other side of White Airs on the east.
Okay.
And with that, I would entertain any questions.
The only thing that the big thing I was worried about is just being able to get to the utilities. And so that's, I mean, as long as that's not gonna be a problem, I would be counting on our experts in engineering and code enforcement to advise. So it sounds like you're gonna be away from the easement, so we can get back in there if we need to.
Correct.
Okay, that was my question. Any other questions for Mr. Abrams? Okay, well, hang tight there, and we'll open it up. We'll open up the public comment portion. We may bring you back up. Okay.
Thank you all.
All right. Having heard Mr. Abrams' presentation for this case, is there anyone who wishes to speak about this case at all? Then we will close the public comment portion of this case, and so we'll move on to Mrs. Blankenhorn. Did you receive any communications through phone calls or in writing?
I did not. I will note that the notification that was mailed to the Willow ownership was returned undeliverable.
Okay,
I just got that back today.
okay. Mr. Byrne, is that a problem for us?
No, they've signed the,
Okay, all right,
yeah,
Very
they've
good.
signed the petition, so there's no issue.
okay. Mr. Ball, do you see any engineering issues with this?
No. As I stated, the sewer main runs north to south, and then there's a sewer line in the, I'd say, undeveloped part of Union Street. So if we needed to get to the sewer, we would go to the south, and then there's good access to the
Okay.
sewer main.
All right.
So this doesn't do, I see no reason to develop this alley. It's not useful for anything.
Okay, good. Mr. Byrne, do you see any legal concerns with this case?
No, I would just note that there is an easement in there for a sewer. We don't currently use it, but that will remain. But we have no plans to expand to use it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you get the drawing up there. It shows the layout of the sewer.
And this is a ruling, or this is a recommendation to city? This is another recommendation to city council. So, that's what we will be voting on. Any other, before I put it out there? Okay, then at this point in time, we'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve?
Second?
It's been moved and second for the approval of this recommendation to vacate this alley. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Todd Hawkins.
Yes.
Ann Ellsworth.
Yes.
Gregory Yashnik.
Yes.
Matthew Stock.
Yes.
Tanner Sawyers.
Yes.
Recommendation is approved. That will also go to city council when we're able to get the meeting minutes done, and so don't get your hopes up. That'll be a Monday. Anyway, we'll get to it. And, yeah, look, it's looking nice back there, by the way. I've been down to take a look. I used to live up in that neighborhood, and it's looking nice back there, so well done. Anyway, any other matters of business before we adjourn? The only thing I will say is this is likely our last meeting, I always say likely. This is likely our last meeting in 40 Public Square for this, starting next month. Hopefully we will be all down at the new facility at 236 South Main Street. Can't wait to start conducting more business down there, so anyway. If there's nothing else, is there a motion for adjournment?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you all very much.
Yeah, I looked at the agenda, I'm like, this is